Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Honey, Eat with Q came on here today, live from the Chick-fil-A drive-through line, honey, fired up. Want people to stay out of her business. Now, mind you, she put us in her business. We've watched her have, three men that I can think of out here on her YouTube channel. And they all have YouTube channels. But yes, honey, now she is on this. I'm setting boundaries. I don't need to explain anything to anybody. Now, here's my thing about Q. She put everybody in her business. It's one thing to go out searching and lurking, trying to pull up stuff and find things. But these are men that Q brought to her platform. So with that being said, people are invested. These are true supporters, subscribers that really care about her. So I think that is what's ridiculous for her to be upset with people because they type things in the comments. She said people were DMing her. So she decides to go to Chick-fil-A, order her a kale salad, and set the record straight about this mystery man. So, of course, she doubled down on the fact that she was happy, she was living life, she was in school, she was enjoying being around her family, being loved by her family, and everything was good over there in Q's world. I'm telling you, let's just call a spade a spade. Q has been around the world. Around and round we go, from Barbados to Nigeria, back to the U.S., back to Nigeria. This lady has been catching flights, and I bet you she done spent a ton of money unless Mr. Phoebe Nation was paying for all those airline tickets. So, yeah, I bet she is going through it. I'm sure she is embarrassed, and she's feeling away. So, therefore, she wants to set what she's calling boundaries so she doesn't have to discuss it. And like I've said before, and I still say, she does not have to tell people anything about her business, but I think she should also be real with herself and know that people are going to ask.
Okay, so for the most part, I just ignore it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's ridiculous, you know what I mean? Some of the time, like, just the speculations and stuff like that is just very ridiculous and so far-fetched. Like, I most of the time just don't pay it no mind. But then I started getting like a whole bunch of like DMs and stuff, and when that stuff happens, when I start getting like a whole bunch of DMs and stuff, like I start getting nervous, like, oh my god, what now? Literally, I'd be like, what now? This is 12 count, y'all. I'd be like, what now, Father? What am I into now? What is going on now? What is happening now? So that happened. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? I definitely just want to let you guys know that you don't have to worry about seeing me with anybody. My past is my past, and I leave it there. I am not going backwards. I have come too far. I will not go backwards. I just don't go backwards. So it feels good for me to be in school. It feels good for me. It feels good for me to be focused. It feels good for me to be surrounded by my family. It feels good for me. It feels good for me, and I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm not going to explain that to anybody. It's not nobody's business what I do. What I'm doing is nobody's business. How I'm moving is nobody's business. I'm moving how I see fit. I'm moving what I feel I need to do. I'm moving according to what I'm asking God to help me with in my life. And if it don't make sense to anybody, that's nobody's business. And I'm certainly not going to come on the internet and want somebody from the internet to give me any advice or put their unsolicited opinion on anything that I got going on. So that's why I set boundaries.
Now, it just seems like to me that Q is all over the place. She seems to be in La La Land while sitting in the car trying to get through each and every mukbang that she does. You guys drop down in the comments and let me know if you all have noticed that she forgets what she's going to say. We're talking in circles and she's confusing the audience. I'm telling you, here's the thing. She didn't even have to address any of this. Play tagged her in a video, which we get notifications for if somebody uses our name in a title. So for her to say people were DMing her about what was said, I find that hard to believe. And Q definitely wants to run up a bag, because if she didn't, she wouldn't entertain this with the clickbait thumbnails and clickbait titles. Like I said, the guy that was sitting in the car with her, I don't know if it was a classmate, her cousin, her new bestie, whoever he was, she made it a point not to edit that part out. She could have easily edited that part out where he was reaching in her food, eating nachos with her. Nobody would have ever known a thing. Q has been out here on these YouTube streets long enough, so I know she is well aware of how this works. When you start introducing people to your significant others, fiancés, letting them into your private life, they're going to have opinions, they're going to have questions, they're not going to always agree. That's just how social media works. So I think that she doesn't want to hear "I told you so" from people, because a lot of her subscribers were trying to warn her not to go over to Nigeria, not to marry Mr. Fib Nation, but she did it anyway. Her choice, right? She glorified this man. She put him up on a pedestal. She told everybody that she was in love. You know, we just knew that this thing was going to work out. Like I said, she has yet to even acknowledge him, to even acknowledge the fact that they are no longer together. Let's not forget, she even recorded the entire Nigerian wedding, going to the dress shops, getting fitted for her dress, all of the things. So for her to expect people not to wonder, where is your husband? Are you here to stay? Are you guys still together? It's crazy to me. But yeah, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about what Q had to say today. We've heard it before. We've heard it 11 times. And I just think that at this point, if she's not going to keep it real and be honest, just don't even mention it. So yeah, it sounded like to me, Play was very much shooting his shot at Q, wanting to see if he could get his old thing back. And she is not interested. Her words, not mine. But anyway, y'all drop down in the comments and be sure to join the channel membership and become a Moed. We would love to have you over here on the Sprinter. Bye, y'all.